Welcome back to another episode of Three Rivers Rundown, podcast number 9.
Yes, sir.
We got me, Joe, Dom. Men, how we feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling
Good,
energized.
Big birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody in here
It's
turned
good.
a big 2-7 recently.
Wow, who would it be?
I don't know. It's a handsome fella.
Yeah, then it's got to be me.
That's who it is, exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
who it is.
Saturday.
What'd you do for
Two
your birthday,
Saturday.
Joe?
I mean, you were there. So I think you should know.
Well,
Yeah.
well, he wasn't there until about 2
That's good.
a.m.
That's
that's
not
fair.
true.
I couldn't tell you what time it was. when
Like
we saw him,
12:31.
Get out of here.
Nah. We went out to get some drinks, went to the casino. Boys had a good night at the casino on the craps table. We ran it up a little bit thanks to the exterminator.
Yeah,
Mhm,
rumor
mhm.
has it the exterminator was making history out there.
Yeah.
His boss was coming by, checking in.
He
Dude,
was at that.
never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Oh, at least.
Some random guy next to Jake Morgan, he was winning a bunch of money because of Tim. Tim's like picking him up in the air, celebrating.
Yeah. So
Good
fun.
time.
Well, apparently that dude won 10K. Is that true, Joe?
Yeah,
And,
about like total
like-
winnings. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
he one bet. He had for 5K.
Yeah.
On one single play. It was like the fire bet, I think. But
He gave
yeah,
the
dude,
exterminator $100 tip.
he
I
did.
honestly-
Should have
I
given
would've
him.
gave-
Should
I
give him
know,
a
he
little
should've
more.
more.
Give him 500.
I said that to Timmy too. I was like, you should have got more.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
10%.
I have no idea how you play that game, but just watching it, like I didn't know what was happening. The roll would happen, everyone would go nuts, and I would just get so excited and be like, "Yeah!"
You just start cheering with them.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Dude,
I literally
the-
couldn't tell you one aspect of that game.
The exterminator was rolling for over an hour without hitting a 7.
Nuts.
Wow.
Insane.
That is
No.
crazy. Well, wait, Joe, tell everybody what we did before we went out to the bar. I gave a great suggestion.
Yeah, we got some hibachi, dude. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Went down the combos. It was really good.
Mm.
Enjoyed that.
I love when they make the food.
That was a
for
great
me.
call.
Yeah.
It was a great call.
I've had it in a while either side. I felt like it was just the right time.
Yeah, I haven't.
It
had
was
it
your
in a while.
birthday. I gave it, whatever you wanted to do. I just thought it was
Dude. That's so nice of you.
Of
I
course,
can't
why
even
wouldn't I?
begin to talk about it. That's
Of
great.
What a guy. What a
Yeah.
guy.
Speechless,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, it was a good time though.
But you know what, guys? Let's get right into our recap. We can start off with weekly pick'ems. We didn't do good. We did not
No.
do good. If I remember correctly, we are 7-6. Heartbreaking loss. We can talk about this a little bit later. Close game. Almost got this one wrong. Another close game. Almost got this one wrong. I think everybody in the league actually got this Steelers game wrong and got this Texans-Titans game wrong. Lions crushed it. Dolphins breezed through. Buccaneers, that was a beatdown. Commanders, Cowboys, that was a crazy finish to that game. Did you guys watch
Great.
that?
One of the best finishes I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
that was
in
insane.
the whole scenario, yeah.
That was a special teams war.
For
Mhm.
people who didn't watch it, the score, you're probably like, yeah, that wasn't that close of a game. Well, the Commanders scored a touch. They had like 20 seconds left, no timeouts, and scored an 86-yard touchdown to Terry McLaurin. Went to kick the extra point, and their kicker missed it. They do an onside kick, and the Cowboys take it back for a touchdown. It was insane. And like the last 3 minutes of the game, I think there was 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine having the under in that game.
But also imagine having the
Did you-
over.
Oh, it'd be electric.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then we got Broncos right. We missed this one. We should have known once Brock Purdy was
Yeah.
out, this was going to get ugly.
That was a 4.
We didn't know he was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missed this one. Cardinals
That
let
was
us down.
Joey had Seattle, being you had Arizona stuff.
Mm-hmm. Missed this one. Had more faith in the Rams than I should have. And then Ravens Chargers got that one right. But overall, 7-6. Not a
Hey,
great
listen.
one from the men.
Can't be great every week.
Yeah.
We're above
So-
500. It's one way to look at
Yeah. So all time for weekly pick'ems, we are 80 and 35.
That's good.
That's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah, so
It's not bad at
I'll
all.
take that.
solid.
I wonder what we are against the spread. If those
Oh,
those
yeah.
pick'ems were spread bets,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder.
But then to go through our weekly wagons last week, Joe, you had Bucks minus 5.5. We saw they crushed that game. I had Lions minus 7.5. They crushed. And Dom, he had this teaser one where he had Miami -1 and they smashed that. But then Houston minus 2.5, and somehow they lose to the Titans, which was crazy.
That just shows you how crazy the NFL is, man.
Yeah,
I mean, who would have thought Tennessee was going to go into Houston, win that game?
exactly.
I mean, I for sure did, and that's why I love that teaser. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's the
Yep.
NFL for you. So
Wild. But then for TD scores, Joe, you had Ramondre Stevenson, that didn't hit. Dom, you had Joe Mixon, that didn't hit. And I had Nico Collins, and I was the only one that did hit. And then going into Thursday, I had Najee Harris, 70-plus rushing yards. That did not hit. Jalen Warren was just the guy for the day. Dom, you had Pickens, 60-plus. I think there was a lot of opportunities for him to get it, but he didn't pull away and get it. And then Joe, massive lock with Freiermuth, 25-plus. He got that pretty early in the game. So I think
what you're saying is I'm 0-3.
Yes, you were 0-3. I'm pretty sure,
that's
too,
great.
the first drive, Freiermuth had a 22-yard catch. So it's like, once that happened, you're like, he has to have another catch. And you would assume if he gets a catch, it's for at least 3 yards. So
Watching it live, I thought that was it. That first catch, I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Yeah. But let's go right now into our weekly wagons. Does anyone feel super passionate and want to kick it off?
Dom was talking about it earlier. I think he wants to go.
I'll go first.
Let's hear it.
So there's a big boy game on Saturday, fellas. There's a big boy game, and I actually didn't know they played Saturday till about 2 hours ago when I was looking at the bets. It's Ohio State versus Michigan. It's one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports. I know it's always a low scoring, running fest game, but for some odd reason, I think Will Howard is, going to go up and down the field on Michigan's defense a little bit. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and score 40 points, but, I can see if Ohio State hits 30, 31 points, I think Michigan's definitely going to get 14 points. I think this is going to go over 42.5.
Okay.
I like
It's going to
it.
be a bloodbath.
Excited for that game, though.
A lot of hate in that game.
A lot of hate.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure. It's either going to be really high scoring or really low scoring. So
Listen, I like my chances. 50-50,
Yeah.
flip a coin.
yeah. Joe, what do you got?
I don't think either team are as good as they have been in recent years.
Agreed.
I mean, Ohio State's pretty good, but I mean they've underperformed so far this year. So I'm going to go with I'm a big believer in bounce back games. So I'm going to go with Jim Harbaugh and the Bolts going into Atlanta. I got them -2.5. Like I said, bounce back game. I'm a big fan of Harbaugh. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league, truthfully, and I think they get it done.
I like it.
I'm not a huge fan of the Chargers this season, and I know they lost to the Ravens, but I thought what they did against them was kind of impressive. Like, first drive, felt like they moved the ball at ease. Like, they did whatever they wanted, and then they were running the ball against one of the best run defenses in the league. So I like this one.
So funny thing
the
is,
Chargers are sneaky good. They're one of the
I
hottest teams.
my brother Nico, he is or was 5-6 in fantasy. He needed to win this week to make a playoff push, and he had Quentin Johnson. He was down 5 points. I don't know if you guys watched the whole game or not, but did you see his performance last night?
We'll get into that later.
Oh,
I have a few things to say about that man right there.
Gosh. Yeah, we can move on. We can talk about that later, but I just need to address that real quick.
Going into my weekly wagon, this one is I usually don't take underdogs like this, but I like the Raiders +12 against the Chiefs. The reason why I took this one is we were talking about it earlier. So far this year, the Chiefs would have only have covered this one time, and it was against the Saints. Besides that, every game they've had has been a one-score game, except that I think it was the 49ers. They won by 10, but this would still cover. So, and the Raiders always play them good, so I fully expect them to go in there and keep it like a pretty close game. But I don't think they can win, but they'll keep it close.
Well, I remember the Christmas game last year. They beat them outright.
Yep.
Yeah.
At Arrowhead, I believe.
Yep. This year that they're playing at Arrowhead again.
Yeah.
This year they played them already and only lost by 7. So
yeah,
we'll see. But we can go into our TD parlay right now. I'll lead it off. I'm taking Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown score. He's been on kind of a cold streak. He has 5 touchdowns on the season. I think he had a touchdown, 4 of those touchdowns in like the first 5 weeks, and he's been really quiet. But just seeing the game Addison had, I think that's going to light a fire under Justin Jefferson. He's going to be like, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still a top guy in this league, so I see him bounce back and scoring.
Yeah, what do you have? 1 catch for 7 yards last week? Or no, he had the second catch late in the game. I forgot about that.
Whatever it was pitiful. Addison, That was Addison's game through and through.
Yeah.
Who you got, Dom?
So I have Jordan Love in fantasy this year, and he hasn't been performing really well for me, especially in the red zone. And I find myself watching a lot of Packers games now because of that. And what I've noticed is that when they reach the red zone, they run the ball about 75% of the time. And that showed last week because Josh Jacobs had 3+ touchdowns. So this week, I am going to take Josh Jacobs again. I don't know if the karma is going to bite me again because last week I took Joe Mixon after his 3-touchdown performance game, and he ended up stinking. So hopefully that same karma doesn't happen this week. But I'm confident because, like I said, I watch a lot of Packers games, and when they're in the red zone, they run the ball a lot, which surprised me with all those weapons they have on the outside.
I don't think that should surprise you, though, because Josh Jacobs, he's a thumper. I feel like
but
when you
last year
get
was
there,
really different.
Yeah, but you're on a different team.
Yeah, no. I mean, with the Green Bay's offense, like they were shocking a lot, and they were in the spread.
They didn't have Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I'm still believing in Jordan Love a little bit, but Josh Jacobs has taken a lot out of him, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got for us?
So I went with another good value pick. I'm going with Justice Hill at plus 450. Got Ravens against the Eagles. Eagles, I think, is one of the best front 7 in the league. Derrick Henry might have a hard time getting through that. So I think we should look out for Justice Hill in the red zone coming out of the backfield. Yeah, he had a long run. What was that? Yeah, last night, Monday night.
I think it was a 56-yard touchdown.
Yeah. So hey,
he's an interesting guy because there's some games where
streaky.
He's like not involved whatsoever, and then there's other games where I swear he's on the field more than Henry. It's weird.
Yeah. Remember week 1?
It's all about matchups.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he played more than Henry.
Exactly.
My one buddy I have Henry in another league, and my one buddy was texting me like, dude, this is just his heels backfield. I was like, dude, no, it's not just the matchups right now. Relax.
Still, it was a little bit concerning. You can't deny.
For sure.
All right, Joe, I want you to lead us off with this one.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. I'm going with a guy who I really like. So this isn't the Thursday night game, but we all kind of just went with the first game. Oddly enough, I think. So I'm going with Jared Goff, 2+ touchdowns at minus 120. I'm a huge Goff fan. I just love his story. Going from first round pick for the Rams, and just like that whole situation, getting traded for Stafford. It really turned around Detroit, which is like no one's been able to do it. So I'm a big fan. A lot of respect for Dan Campbell, Jared Goff. But that has nothing to do with why I'm going with 2+ passing touchdowns. I just think the Bears are brutal.
Dom?
Dude, I totally forgot Thursday was Thanksgiving. So there's multiple games. But doesn't mean I still don't like my bet. I love my bet. But I would have looked at the other games. I totally forgot there was more than one game on Thursday. But I like that we're all right in the same game. Anyways, I think this is actually going to be a high-scoring game in general. So, and listen, I am due for a Thursday night win.
Have to be.
You are due. You're way past due.
I think it's this week, guys. I think it's on Thanksgiving when I'm enjoying my turkey and stuffing. And I'm going to watch this. All right. So what I have is over 9.5 first quarter points in the Chicago and Detroit game. Cash it in. I am due. I'm going to go 1 for 67.
Detroit could go up 17-0 in the first quarter. I love that bet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
I like this bet a lot as well. Very solid. Now, unlike these two, I knew there was maybe Joe knew, but unlike Dom, I knew there was multiple games. And when I look at the slate and I see the Detroit Lions are playing, I have to bet on them. I have to. Like,
of course.
I feel like, especially with their offense, you could take almost every guy on their offense and take their over, and it's usually going to hit. So with that thought process, I was like, who's one of the best players on the Lions? St. Brown. I'm taking him over 6.5 receptions. Dom, I loved what you said. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. I know right now David Montgomery, he's questionable with a shoulder injury. So if he's out, I think they're more likely to spread the ball out more. So Joe also, I think that helps with your passing touchdowns. So if you're spreading the ball out, your Detroit Lions, who's the number one guy you think of?
Jamison Williams.
Yep.
Maybe for like 2 catches.
No, I'm kidding. Definitely.
For 86 yards and a touchdown.
Exactly.
That's great value too, Steph. I like that plus 100.
That's value. I don't necessarily love the 6.5 because I feel like he's had more games under 7 catches and he's had 7+. But you have David Montgomery nursing an injury, even if he does play. I think you're more likely to spread the ball out. So
that changes the game.
About Jalen Johnson putting the clamps on?
There's some players where it doesn't matter who they're matched up against, and St. Brown, it really doesn't matter. He can go off against anyone. Now, I'm not saying he can't clamp him. He very well could, but I would bet as a betting man, I would take St. Brown to win that matchup 10 out of 10 times. I think he could.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I love what you said too, Steph, because I think that with Montgomery out, I think that's going to open up the passing game, not only for your bet, but also for Joey's bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like both your bets a lot. That changes their whole offense.
Exactly. I don't think of it as more target share for everyone else. I think more of a break for Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he's going to be the lone running back,
100%.
Which I guess could lead to target share, more target share.
So who's their 2 this week? Is it that Reynolds? What's his name?
Craig Reynolds.
Craig Reynolds, yes. Is that their backup this week?
I'm not sure. Steph's the Lions super fan over there.
I don't even know.
He's been there for so long. I just assumed it's
I think it's Javid Best.
Oh.
What a name.
Wow. Name that college before we continue.
Ohio State?
Nope. Steph, you have a guess?
Best.
I don't know. He's
their quarterback went to the same college. Their quarterback currently.
Oh, Cal.
Cal?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right, guys. Let's go into our weekly pick'ems now. Let's make this quick so we can get on with some banter.
On it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go. I'll lead it off this week. Who closed it last week? Was it Joe?
I did.
Okay, so it will go me, Joe, Dom. Sound good?
Okay. I love the flipping coins. I'm going to have a lot of coins flipping today, fellas.
This one, I'm taking Lions.
Lions.
This is an interesting one.
It is interesting.
Interesting. Just because they beat the Commanders, I'm going to have to take the boys.
See, I'm going the other way. I'm going to go with DeVito. I love Neighbors. I honestly really like the Giants' offensive weapons.
I'm taking Dallas, man. I got to take Dallas.
It is Dallas's day. I mean,
yeah.
I think also, though, it should not be this far apart.
I agree.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
For this one, I am going Packers.
That's a great game, man.
Depending on the weather, I don't know the weather. I'm going to imagine there's no snow. It's just going to be a little cool. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think that offense is starting to really kick it in gear.
Hate doing this to the birthday weekend, man. I had to take Green Bay. Sorry, Joe.
It's not my birthday anymore.
Yeah, but you know,
All right.
I like celebrating your birthday for a week.
I want you to go with who you think's going to win.
I know.
I don't need you to side with me.
I know. I just, you know.
All right, guys, for this one, I'm taking Chiefs, but I would not be surprised if there's an X right in the middle here and this was lit up.
Wow.
But I'm going Chiefs.
I'm also going Chiefs. Can't not.
I don't even know who the quarterbacks. Is it Ritter this week or Desmond Ritter starting from this week?
I don't know.
Raiders? Maybe he got in the game late in the second half, but yeah, I'm taking Chiefs.
All right, guys. I'm going Chargers here.
It's my lock. Got to.
I always follow Joey's locks, so give me Chargers.
Thank you.
Taking Lurs 10 times out of 10.
I'm not taking Pittsburgh.
I am going to, but it's damn close.
You're funny.
I'm going Texans here.
When's Lawrence back?
That's a good question.
That
It's
wouldn't
hard to
change my decision.
Can you open that up, injury?
Joe, if I took a guess, because it's 2%, makes me believe that Lawrence isn't playing, but I could be wrong. He's questionable.
Yeah. Questionable. AC joint, though.
Yeah, that's brutal.
But that's
Yeah,
not
give me
that's
Texans on the bounce back.
that's a pain tolerance injury, though.
Taking Houston.
Yeah, but when you're thrown at 30 times a game,
Yeah. For this one,
man,
I'm going Vikings.
Man, this one shouldn't be 91-9. I don't think.
I know.
Dude, the Cardinals are dangerous. Like,
Did you watch them on
man.
Sunday?
no, I didn't.
They looked horrific. They scored 3
Horrific.
points. Yeah.
You know, I think it's a bounce back then. Bounce back week for me. Give me the Cards.
Solely off what I saw on Sunday, I got to take Minnesota.
I will say
Good
this.
deal.
They looked horrible, but Trey McBride looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's good,
Agreed.
man.
I
No
got
touchdowns this year. It's
I
crazy.
drafted him in fantasy with Kyler Murray with the hopes of being like, oh, like when he throws some touchdown passes, like I'll double up the points. Trey McBride has 2 touchdowns this year. One is a fumble recovery when James Conner fumbled and he jumped on it, and the other is a rushing touchdown. He has not had a receiving touchdown yet, and I've been so mad about that.
He's averaging
wild.
14.2 points a game. Fantasy.
Yeah, he gets a crazy amount of catches and yards. He just doesn't score touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm going Patriots with this one.
I'm thinking that too, Steph, solely because they're underdogs at home. And I mean, a lot of people are saying that they think Drake May's legit. I feel like he's getting there. I'm going to go with the Patriots at home.
That's a clean
cool with
sweep
that.
because I was going to go New England as well.
Let's
I
go.
love that.
Let's
I
go.
love that.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm
Yeah.
going. Yeah, I don't.
Although
no.
Jets probably win this game, but I was going to go Seahawks anyways. But out of spite, with everything happening,
They're
Douglas
never
getting
winning a
fired.
game in the franchise history.
Yeah, no,
Dead serious.
horrible. I'm taking the Commanders.
Give me the Commanders.
Will
Well,
Levis
Titan-
lose on Sunday? I'm
I
taking
was just going to
Commanders.
say, Titans coming off a big win.
How many
so
how many losses in a row have the Commanders had now?
They were 7-2, I think. So 4.
You got to redo your math, buddy.
Is that 7? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this said 7-3. I'm sorry. I swear
Okay.
I thought this said 7-6.
Okay.
I don't have my glasses on, dude.
For this one, I am taking Buccaneers with flying colors.
Me too.
Oh man, I went Carolina there.
Did you?
At
I was
bad.
gonna say I didn't know if like 95.5%.
All right.
Panthers just played a tight game with KC.
This one, I'm going Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams too.
I was gonna take Rams as well.
Puka and Cup. Kyron. Come on.
Wow, look at this game.
Yeah, this is. I wish they would switch these two. Like these two games.
Yeah, it's Sunday night.
Make this
yeah.
the night game. Yeah. I really, really hope I'm wrong, but I'm taking the Ravens here.
I'm going the opposite. I think matchup wise, Eagles match up way better against them. Like D line and interior linebackers for the Ravens or for the Eagles, I think, play to Ravens' strengths. And then I think, Eagles are strong all around, but I think Ravens' secondary is a little suspect. So I'm going to go Eagles.
Yeah, I really like what Philly has this year. I personally think they're the best team in the NFL. I'm taking Philly.
And you love Sirianni too, Don.
I can't stand him. If they had Andy Reid, they win it all.
I'm taking Bills.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's honestly it's kind of an easy pick. I would still go Bills, no doubt, if Purdy was playing.
Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, look at him.
Hold on.
Yeah, well, what's going on here?
I don't get to think.
I don't want to talk about this. Dom loves Sean Payton. We hate the Browns. I already know.
Hold on, though. No, I don't think you already know.
I'm taking Denver if that helps at all, Steph.
I know you are.
Okay, then it doesn't matter.
I have to apologize.
I didn't know who I wanted.
Can I apologize for something real quick? I feel like an idiot, but I have to apologize to make sure I say this so everybody knows. For some reason, I didn't do my math because I don't know if you guys heard right now. I really wanted to get to a coin flip and realize there's only 3 of us in this group.
I know.
I
apologize.
I took it like this.
We did one last
week. You are
week.
the coin flip. Like you are the
Yeah.
coin flip.
Yeah, but I wasn't really thinking it like that.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I wanted to apologize to the viewers and you guys.
I hope they accept your apology.
I hope
Thank
so
you.
too, but I don't blame if they don't.
Over
Sure.
under. That MGM has it at 42. What are you guys thinking the score of this is?
In Denver.
I will go first. I was thinking 38.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Pretty
gonna
high
go
score.
40. I'm gonna say 43.
I'm gonna go 48. 48.
43 or 44.
Say 44. You think
Steph,
it's going to
do
be
you do
high scoring?
decimals?
I do.
Like, could you
I
do
don't-
43.5? I'm just curious.
No, I can't
No,
put the
okay.
point.
Full point.
435 points. Lock it in.
Could you imagine? All right. Quick review. We went Lions, Cowboys, Packers, took all the home teams for Thursday. Friday game, we took Chiefs. We went Chargers, Steelers, Texans, Vikings, Patriots, Seahawks, Commanders, Buccaneers, Rams, Eagles, Bills, Broncos, 44 tiebreak.
How many underdogs? 1 Eagles,
Patriots.
2.
That's it.
Yikes.
Okay, Steelers are underdogs, but
Yeah, I don't. That's
at MGM.
kind of crazy. It's not bad MGM. It's based off of CBS Pick'ems. How many people picked which team?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like people in Pick'ems are thinking Steelers are the favorites.
Okay.
But all right, guys, we're hitting right now the half-hour mark. We got some time for banter. I think we should kick it off with that Steelers-Browns game.
Talk about a
Clusterfuck.
Bad start to your birthday weekend, Joe.
Yeah, wasn't great. And then you had Pitt losing.
The thing that bothers me the most, well, Pitt basketball lost too, a big game against Wisconsin over the weekend. The thing
They're
that bothers
ranked,
me the
right?
most, yeah, they're ranked, but the thing that bothers me the most is that like a lot of Pittsburgh fans are like, oh well, the weather was terrible, like but listen, they play in the same conditions as
Stale.
us.
Works
Yeah.
both
It's the
ways.
same conditions, and our running games, in my opinion, our running game's better than theirs, so we should be better.
Yeah.
That's what
100%.
bothers me the most.
Dude, their line, both of their tackles were out, and I think they're down to their third string left tackle. I mean, we
Yeah.
couldn't get anything going defensively up front.
So I know you guys know this, but I was at the game, and I have a serious question because I couldn't tell. Did TJ Watt play? I couldn't tell. You had a whole
pretty
week
quiet.
of somebody the whole week talking shit on you, and then game time, I honestly have no idea if he played or not.
It's getting doubled at every play, man. It's hard.
You don't think
Miles,
we were
the
doubling
thing I
Garrett
No.
no, we weren't.
at all?
Did you
No.
watch? We did.
literally
We would chip him, but not on every play like they did TJ. That was my argument. However, he's performed. He's risen to the occasion before, and teams have been doing this all year, the last 3 years to him, and he's done it. So he was quiet, per his typical performance. But I mean, that's stale. And also, I wanted to touch on that because Myles Garrett said the same thing. He said, "No one schemes around him like teams do with me." It's like, what?
He's just hyping himself up.
He's
He's like saying he's like the most like.
As he deserves. He deserves to say that. It's not true, but like he's earned it. He could say whatever he wants and think he's the best in the league. He's not,
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's
all
done-
for that.
yeah, he's done enough to talk his shit.
But like
You have
it's
to
just like
understand
kind of
that's-
stupid. Like
Yeah.
TJ's
yeah.
is the main focal point whenever offensive coordinators and their assistants get together when they're playing the Steelers.
You have to understand too. That's Cleveland's Super Bowl, so like their emotions were like all wired
Yeah.
up after that game. So Myles Garrett was probably, he just won the Super Bowl. That's Cleveland's Super Bowl, dude. They never win anything, so let them have some.
You
Yeah,
guys,
It is what it is.
you guys don't even know. After that game, just the whole city of Cleveland, they were so excited. I was there with my dad, my uncle, and my cousin. And after the game, I'm just pissed off. Like we just sat out in the freezing cold this whole entire time. We were in the very top row. Right behind us was like a fence, and wind was crushing us. So I was just like, I want to get back to the hotel. Like I don't want to hear these Browns fans talk or anything. About halfway to the hotel, I have a midget talking shit to me, and I was like, dude, I've never hit a lower point in my life. Like I was like, I'm like walking. I'm like, dude, are we serious right now? And it's like, I can't even say anything back. Like,
Yeah.
they just
I
whooped
love
our
that.
ass. Yeah, they just whooped our ass. And then,
The sad part, like Browns have been through so much trauma, and they're just starting to bring you down to their level.
yeah,
Yeah. No pun intended.
Dude, and then I was walking back even farther. So I'm like head down, I'm walking, right? Well, it's a little bit like it would just snowed how much, and people walk on it. It was a little bit slick. So my uncle and cousin are a little bit farther back. I'm farther ahead, and my dad's trying to stay in the middle to make sure everyone's good if something goes down. Some guy comes walking past me and starts punching me in the arm. Like, I don't even know what he's saying. Like some Browns fan, like talking shit. And I remember I had to bite my tongue and just be like, in my head, I was literally like Finding Nemo, Dory, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I'm like, just keep going. We get back.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We get all the way back to the hotel. I'm inside. I'm just pissed off. My dad's like, I can't believe you didn't do anything. I was like, you have no idea. You have no idea how close I was. So pissed off.
Too.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
So at
we went
that
to the
time,
Hawker house before, and we're drinking liters. Like,
there you go.
I give you a lot of credit, Steph. That's impressive.
Great.
You're
spot.
also one of the nicest guys in the world, so it doesn't really surprise me.
Except when Steelers lose.
Yeah.
Were you wearing your football hat at the time?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, even Browns fans, man, everyone was complimenting it. Everyone. They loved it.
Don't tell me
Good
it's
hat.
that hat that you wear in the shower 48 hours before the game.
I wear it for 48 hours straight leading up to the game.
Do you sleep with it on?
What part of 48 hours do you not understand?
Well,
He's
that's
not
just so
going to get
mind
it.
blowing, dude. That's so
He's not
mind
going to get
blowing.
it.
Dude, it's a helmet. It's waterproof.
I don't know if I believe this story, but I'm just gonna go with it.
I just can't listen to this. Wait. How about I'm going to transition real quick. How about the Panthers giving the Chiefs a game? I mean, we've been saying it. The Chiefs have been just been squeaking by. And one thing I'm happy for Bryce Young, not
Same.
because I'm a big Bryce Young fan or anything, but I mean,
Mhm.
you see what that guy has went through the last 2 seasons. Happy to see him finally, get his. But Chiefs, man, what's going on?
Number one, I don't think Bryce Young deserves as much slander as he gets. Like, he was a first overall pick for a reason, and it's not like he was a first overall pick like 6-7 years ago where it's like, okay, he's washed. Like, he's brand new still. Like, give him a chance. He's with the
Yeah.
Panthers, who are one of the worst organizations and one of the worst teams. So it's like,
No,
let him go
So-
a little.
so was Houston 2 years ago.
Yes and no, because they've shown they can have quarterbacks be successful there. What about Deshaun Watson? They developed Deshaun Watson. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Matt Schaub, when he was there, he was one of.
What
So
about
it's not
Cam
like
Newton?
the
Oh,
organization.
Cam Newton. Yeah, Cam Newton.
Well, how long ago was Cam Newton?
26.
How long ago was Matt Schaub?
Okay, but
Or is that
Deshaun Watson then.
MVP year? He's
Cam
not that
Newton
much
was
younger
there.
than Cam. Deshaun's not that much younger than Cam.
He's a decent bit younger.
I don't
but
know.
not like 10 years. Like probably.
Deshaun Watson won the Natty in 16 or 17. And Newton won the MVP like 3 years into this league. So I want to say they're about 4 years apart.
You think only 4?
Assuming it's around that. When did Auburn win it? 2011?
I'm horrible with years.
You
Don't
search
know.
and stuff?
Yeah, I'm just looking up their ages. He's 6 years older than him, but I don't know
that's
how
what
that.
I thought.
But also Cam, I think he was in college longer because he went to JUCO and
Yeah, that's probably why I'm thinking. Okay, that
so,
makes sense.
Yeah, they're probably closer in draft, but not in age.
Yeah.
But still, I don't think Carolina develops quarterbacks that well.
I mean, I'm
They
not
also-
disagreeing with you with that statement, but like, you can't tell me.
I also just think, I mean, this sounds like, it's very simple. I just think some quarterbacks, and not even just quarterbacks, but some people just adapt to the league quicker than others.
Yeah.
That's all,
Also, though, too, with the Texans thing is I don't think it was even close to being the same situation because just take away both quarterbacks, like flip-flop quarterbacks, and just look at the team in general. You can't say that's even close to being comparable.
I don't think it's as far as you think.
Carolina gets rid of their number one receiver 2 years ago and then gets rid of their number one edge rusher, number one player on their team.
Yeah, but who did Houston have that you're thinking that was like,
To go up and get Bryce Young.
Huh?
They did that to go up and get Bryce, like to get the first pick.
That's perfectly fine, but what did Houston give up to get Will Anderson? Or was the spot they moved up to get? No, I think it was Anderson.
It was Anderson.
Yeah, they still had to trade like a lot of capital to get the third pick in the draft.
I just don't think Houston was as good as you
No.
think last year.
No, they had the Browns pick.
Yeah, but no, they traded for it.
Are you sure they moved up? Because I think they were at 2, and I think they took Anderson.
No, they were at 2 and 3. They got Stroud and Anderson.
Yeah, but how did they get
Okay.
3? Because
They
I thought
traded
it.
up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
From
just
where?
didn't
Do you
have-
remember?
They obviously just didn't have the second and third pick. They had to trade for the
Yeah.
third pick.
Because I remember everyone was saying, do they get, because obviously now looking at it, Stroud was a no-brainer, but at the time people are kind of being like, oh, like, I don't know if like he's going to be as good and whatnot. So
It's because
people
he
are thinking he's
failed
going to
that,
fall.
He failed that IQ test or whatever it was.
Yeah,
One
that's
was,
right.
oh, you can't read a defense or
That shows you how much those tests mean.
Exactly. Dude.
So silly. So silly. You know what though? I just thought of a story I wanted to tell you guys while I was in Cleveland. Actually, two stories. One is kind of a funny story that is kind of scary and it kind of throws my dad under a bus, but the other one's kind of cool. So I'll lead off with the cool one first.
I love that.
My uncle flies in. We drive there, and on the way there, we had a plan to stop in Canton before we get there. My uncle hasn't seen it before. Me and my dad were just there a few months ago, like earlier this year. Like, yeah, we'll still stop there. So we're going there, and my uncle's telling us this story of when he was in Hawaii for one of the Pro Bowls, he got Dermontti Dawson to sign a terrible towel. Well, then later he was at like a bar and like he gave the terrible towel, so they put it like on the wall in the bar, and they never did. So he lost this signed Dermontti Dawson terrible towel. Yeah, so we get to the Hall of Fame, and there's the Hall of Fame sign and the LED sign under it says "Welcome home, Dermontti." I'm like, huh, what's the chances of that? That's pretty cool. Like, it's like a random Wednesday, and like it's just saying "Welcome home, Dermontti," and like kind of putting it together, but not really. So I get out of the car. I'm wearing my Steelers jersey. It's my 6th Super Bowl one, and I get out, and I see this big guy that just parked. Also, he gets out of his car and he just points at me. He's like, okay, and like I kind of froze, and I looked at my dad and uncle. I was like, I think that might be Dermontti Dawson. Like, what? And I was like, yeah. And as I'm saying that, he opens up his trunk, pulls out his gold jacket, throws it on. Sure enough, it was him. He came right up to us. He was talking to us for a while and everything. Like, super cool
That's
guy.
cool.
Yeah, so I was like,
cool.
What's the chances that happens? Like,
was your uncle pumped?
Oh yeah. He told Dermontti that story. We were talking to him for a little. I think my dad's the one that asked him how he likes Zach Frazier. He said he likes him a lot. So that's encouraging.
Yeah, but what's he gonna say though? You know what I mean? What's he gonna say? Yeah, he stinks. You know.
I mean, he's I forget exactly what he said, but we were talking to him about something with like players switching teams, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "I think it's ridiculous. There's no more loyalty like there used to be," and like brutally honest with that. So
yeah,
if he didn't like him, I think be like, "Oh, like he's okay for right now." Like
that's a cool way to start
the
trip though for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then we walk in the Hall of Fame. A couple other people go up and start talking to him. We go in that first room looking at all the like new inductees, and this family comes walking up next to us, like looking at the stuff. Somehow we start talking to them. It was Spencer Anderson's mom, dad, and brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and his brother looks like he could be in the NFL right now. He was huge. So yeah,
that's funny.
That's dope.
Now Steeler reunion.
Exactly. Now for the second part of the story is we leave there. We're driving to Cleveland now, and like we're just about to get off the Cleveland exit. Like it's maybe 2 miles away, and it's like bumper to bumper traffic because we're getting there right around rush hour. It says like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Well, it looked like it started clearing up a little. So my dad goes on the gas, and like he went to check the GPS real quick, make sure where the exit was and everything. The girl in front of him slams on her brakes. Well, by the time he tries to like figure it out, we're pretty close. So he slams, and like his car like has that like kind of like it alerts you and there's a car in front of you. Well, it like does like this stop, but it's like kind of shaking. Go all the way, rear end this girl.
No,
crush her, absolutely crush her. So we're all like, shit, like come on, like not to start the trip. Why does this have to happen? we go to pull off to the side, and as soon as he starts pulling off to the side. No. As soon as he starts pulling off to the side, you hear this loud horn. 18-wheeler misses us by maybe a foot. He was probably right behind us and did like this kind of the same thing where everyone stopped suddenly, and like he wasn't going to stop. So he went to the other lane right when my dad was going over. So he lays on the horn, and my dad turns just enough. He kind of turns. He goes right by us. I'm not kidding. I thought this girl was about to die. Like this tractor trailer was humming, and she was just there. And somehow it stopped, and we're all like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I can hear my uncle in the back, like breathing heavy. Like he said he looks out the window, and it's like here on him, like the truck, like crazy.
Jeez. Thank God nothing happened.
That's scary. Yeah.
Yeah. So we pull off to the side. We get out. We go to check on her. Real quick, also looking back at it, we probably looked like such jackasses right outside of Cleveland traffic. Here's us three all in Steelers gear and stuff. Like
I'd be so mad.
Yeah,
I was in Pittsburgh.
Just
Pittsburghers can't drive.
Yeah.
I'd love if you guys became a meme, dude.
I would love that too, actually.
Jeez. So
Steph saying there football.
yeah.
Steelers
That would make me
jersey.
even more mad, dude. Seeing that hat.
So we get out. My dad goes, looks at the front of his car, not a scratch. We're like, okay. Go look at her car, not a scratch. They exchanged information just in case, but like it was kind of like that could be like a commercial for those two car companies. It's like
Yeah.
it wasn't that light of a hit. Like it hit like pretty good, no damage whatsoever. Gave her
That's
all the
good.
contact info and haven't heard back from her. So I assume everything's good.
So you guys had a good/bad start to the trip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Overall,
Well,
the trip was good.
Ended
We're
horrible though.
Yeah.
Ended.
We're happy you got back safe, Steph.
Thank you. Thank you.
But sorry for what happened at the game. I was going to text you, but I felt like I didn't want to do that because your emotions were probably all messed up during that game. So it's
especially after a midget was talking shit.
different than
Yeah,
being
dude.
that person.
Don't stoop to his level though.
Never.
Never do that. Just keep it short and sweet.
I mean, after a loss like that, you think he'd leave me alone, but no, he went straight for the low blows. It was ridiculous.
Doesn't surprise me. It's Cleveland for you.
Be the bigger man, Steph.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. All right, guys. Was there anything else you want to talk about? Dom, I think you said something about Saquon Barkley earlier.
I actually wanted to talk about your fantasy matchup with the other guy in this group.
My goodness.
Ooh,
But yeah, we can talk about Saquon as well. But I wanted to. What happened, Steph? I thought I checked the score the other night and I saw a real close game.
So, first of all, I would like to apologize to my co-manager. I lost this week 100%. I noticed that, and I am taking full accountability. We had Kansas City's kicker, and I saw somebody drop Justin Tucker, and I was like, Justin Tucker, he did brutal against us, but I was like, it's still Justin Tucker. I would gladly take him and put him on my fantasy roster. Well, going into the Monday night game, we were down by 8.5 points, and the Kansas City's kicker scored 13. So if we would have had him, we would have won. Instead, we had Justin Tucker, and he scored us 7 points, and we lost by 1.5. Absolute heartbreaking game. There was at one point, Kansas City went for 2 points when they could have kicked the field goal. I have absolutely it made no sense to me why they went for 2.
Yeah, because they would have went up 9.
Yeah, they just wanted to make it 2 score. It makes zero sense to me, but I think they just wanted to make it 2
You kick a field goal and go up by 8, make them do a 2-point conversion.
They were up 7.
I know.
Listen, they were up 7. Okay, but it's still attainable. If you go up 9, you get the 2-point conversion, you go up 9. That's 2 scores. That's the right call.
But you're acting like this is like early in the game. This is like midway through the third. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
There was so much time left in that game. There was no reason to. And granted, I'll probably admit I am looking this in a way because I had Tucker and I was pissed.
100%. That's the right call.
It doesn't make sense to me.
So you would go for 2 there, Joe?
Yes. I'd try and go up 2 scores. If I'm already up 7, I'm already up a touchdown and an extra point. Why not go for 2 and go up a touchdown, extra point, and a field goal?
I think in the NFL it's hard to score and get the 2-point conversion.
It is, but it's also hard to get 2 scores.
I could see both sides of it. I personally would have kicked it, but I can see both sides of it.
You're saying in one drive, I think each team had like 6 possessions after that.
No,
like it wasn't
6.
like it wasn't late in the game. Like there was
I
still
understand, but two scores is 2 scores. That's still 2 possession game, whether they had 6 or 4.
I personally don't think many other teams would have made that decision.
I disagree. I feel like you see it all the time.
I've never seen that before. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Not once. I've never seen a team up 7 and go for 2.
Besides the point, needless to say, even if they would have kicked the field goal, I still would have lost by 0.5 point, which would have been even more heartbreaking.
It would have made it worse.
Yeah, maybe it's good that they didn't do that. But then here's another one I have for you. I forget the exact score, but I was down by, let's say, like 16 points or something going into the Monday game. And I had Derrick Henry and Quentin Johnston. And Derrick Henry gets a touchdown taken away from him because of Lamar. Justice Hill has to bust a 56-yard touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 3 drop passes, 4 targets, no catches. I lost by 0.48 points.
No, stop.
5 yards would have won me that matchup. And to add even more insult to injury, I started the Rams defense because I didn't look at that league to see who my defense was. Didn't pay attention. They got me -7 points. If I would have started any other defense in the NFL, any other defense besides the Rams, I win that week. If I start anybody else on my team, let alone, I don't know how many starters got 0.5 points, but I'm sure there's a decent bit. Anyone on my team, I would have won that week. And I had Blake Corum sitting on my bench that had 5 yards rushing, and that would have won me the week.
Wow.
Jeez. I would have won by 0.02.
I think did Johnson have 2 drops?
3.
I think 3. Yeah.
3 drops. The one was really bad. He was wide open on a crosser. He would have got the first down. He turned up too quick, took his eyes off it.
There was 2 in my eyes that were really bad. And the third one, they gave him a drop, but like it was like a sideline catch. So I don't know if I'd consider it. And like the defender was right there. I don't know if I'd consider it like an ugly drop, but they counted as a drop. And then he had another target where I just don't think he made a good play on the ball. But
yeah.
Wait, so Steph, you lost 2 leagues this week, one by 1.5, the other by 0.48.
I lost in 2 leagues by under 2 points.
Both this week, obviously?
Yeah. And both because of the Monday game.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. And if we would have beat the one where I was playing Joe, we would have jumped to first place in your league.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, as long as you get in, that's all that matters.
Yep. And then also in the other one with Quentin Johnston and Derrick Henry, if we were in second place in that league, we lost, we fell all the way to like 6th.
Wow. That's a big jump.
I think there was one team that was in first, and then there was 7 or 6 teams that were tied at 7-4 with their record. So just brutal.
Keep battling. Just keep battling.
We'll fight.
So I'm going to place you in your league.
All right, let's end the episode after that comment.
That's a low blow. That's a low
It's
blow.
a low blow.
Nah, that's me. That's my bad.
He's acting like them Browns fans now.
That's exactly what he's doing. That's a great call, Steph. End the episode. I'm aggravated.
Yeah. With that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and let us keep making good content. We out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
See you guys.